अस्सलाम वालेकुम and a very very lovely good morning to all my lovely listeners. उम्मीद है आप लोग होंगे खैरियत से ठीक ठाक और ढेर सारे मज़े में. आपकी होस्ट शीरीन अख्तर, मैं नॉट अलाउड विद अ वीकेंड एडिशन जुमेरात भरी मुराद. और आज मेरे साथ मेरी मोहतरम मेहमान शनीरा अकरम. अस्सलाम वालेकुम शनीरा and
वालेकुम सलाम.
Welcome on the airwaves of Hot FM 105 Radio Network.
शुक्रिया.
और आपके आने का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. आप उर्दू में बोले, थोड़ा सा बोले ना बोले कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता. कैसी हैं आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ, thank you.
Wow, that is impressive.
Hello everybody, assalamu alaikum.
Shaniera, you came to Pakistan and you fell in love with Pakistan, right?
जी, very much so.
Very much so, and people love you equally.
Thank you.
Did you receive the love you feel that you deserved in this country or more?
I did initially. I find, of course, everyone loves my husband. He's very, very loved in this country. Wasim Bhai, they call him.
Wasim Bhai, they call you the Bhabi.
Yes.
You are the Walaiti Bhabi.
It took me some getting used to that name and what that meant. And
yes.
So everyone definitely welcomed me with open arms when I came, which was just so heartwarming and so amazing. But then I had children and my husband to look after, when I first came to Pakistan, and I had to learn the culture and language. And then after a while I suppose that took a little while getting used to, and then I decided to be a part of the community.
That is beautiful. Very very I must say I'd like to thank you for accepting us as people we are, because what I read about you, the reason I had you here, I mean, it is an honor for me and for 105 to have a personality like yourself who's concerned about the issues of Pakistan. Your husband doesn't need an introduction. I mean, Wasim Akram, of course, Magar, I do not want to give his reference. Right now you are here because you are Shaniera. You are Shaniera and you are making a difference. You're trying to make a difference. So your main concerns about Pakistan, I was reading, is the litter, the kachra. The kachra. You know what is the kachra?
Kachra? I think we all do in Karachi, but my main concerns are your main concerns.
Yes.
We're all growing up in this country. We're all part of this country. So where your home is, that's where your heart is, and that's.
So your heart is here now?
Of course.
That is beautiful, beautiful. So you also feel that women are not really what they should be. They don't have a place in society which they should be having. You feel that, or I could be not understanding your point of view?
No, I think women are playing a huge role in this country.
Okay.
Absolutely huge role.
Which departments?
We're fine. I mean, at the moment, I feel like I've only been here for about six and a half years.
Yeah.
But what I've seen, women are the backbone of this country. Like, we really make up. There's so many good women, so many women doing wonderful things in this country, and it's just amazing to see. And I think I agree with you. Maybe there are voices to be heard.
Yes.
And there are women to be that are going to be grow up and take control and really make positions for themselves. But I think women, whatever they may be doing, whether they're a mother, a doctor, an architect, or at school, a student, they're all amazing.
Which voices you think of women need to be heard, and what concerns have to be addressed still? Of women especially. Then we'll come to kids also.
I think women, I find a lot of women, we can't talk as women in general for the whole country, but the women I've met and the women I've come in contact with and the women I've read about and seen, it's a journey, and it's about coming out when they feel the need, the time is right. So whatever we've been through in the past, I think the future is definitely changing, and especially for women.
So you're very hopeful.
I find we're not tearing each other down, we're building each other up. And as the country is changing, I think the women are changing as well. And women are so much more aware, and now with technology, before many women didn't have, say, access to internet, access to information, and now a majority of the country has that. So women who were originally at home, maybe only had access to the television, now have access to communities through Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and they have WhatsApp groups. They can actually communicate with other women and see what's happening in their area. And I think technology's played a huge part, especially for women in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Feel more connected to each other. You can hear stories, heartwarming stories, beautiful stories about other women and other groups of women and what women are doing in this country, not just what's on television or in the media or in the newspaper.
So they are achieving what they really
Even in
want.
their own small scale, yes, definitely.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप तमाम लोगों का जो मेरे साथ हैं. वालेकुम अस्सलाम टू ऑल ऑफ़ यू. मगर मैं इस वक्त आप लोगों के मैसेजेस बाद में पढ़ूंगी बिकॉज शनीरा हमें छोड़ के चली जाएंगी. बड़ा अफसोस होगा, हम कहेंगे फिर हम गाना लगाएंगे आज जाने की जिद ना करो. अब मैं इनको क्या बताऊँ क्योंकि ये भी वालदा हैं और जो वालदा होती हैं उनको ये होता है कि मैंने अपने बच्चे को स्कूल से पिक करना है. शनीरा, you are also very concerned. I mean, if you are finding that the women are actually now becoming victorious. They are conquering the challenges they have in any field, may it be any field.
Even with raising children, and I'm not saying
that is a point that now we have to discuss. When you say raising children, where do you think that women from certain groups are lacking raising children? Because see, when you find a polio case emerging still, in this is 2019, you still find a polio case emerging. You still find a child dying because some vaccine was not given to him. So you think that is something that you would say that women have really overcome all the challenges that they had before and they still have?
No, what I think is that I think these days, like what Pakistan is going through now, especially with, I said, information at your fingertips and also being a little bit more connected, just with raising children alone, you now have a lot more support rather than just reading one book or reading one article or hearing what your neighbour said about, you know, if your child is sick, who do you go to, your elders or your grandparents or the neighbours. Now they've got more information that they can look at on their phones or on their tablets,
yes,
or at the library or wherever they need to go to be able to get help. And now they can call hospitals, things that they need to find out what's happening with my child. Because I don't think there's a day that goes past that even me will not Google something about, should I do this with my child? Should I do, just to give myself the option?
I agree with you.
Not that I listen to everything, but I can now have that information.
Some sort of information, the basic.
Right. So women are choosing now, they're actually, rather than listening and just doing what they're told, they're now having their own mind to be able to say, I'm going to listen to what I believe, I'm going to take all of this advice and then I'm going to listen to my gut feeling, which is what women should do. They really should listen to their maternal instincts.
जनाब ये बहुत ही this is a very कीमती ये बहुत this is a very very I think a good piece of advice from you Shaniera, and I need to tell my listeners in Urdu. शनीरा ये कहती हैं कि आप जब भी कोई चीज़ इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको मिलती है, आप जब गूगल भी करते हैं, मिलती भी है, तो जो आपका दिल कहता है ना वो ज़रूर कीजिए, मिला के उस इन्फॉर्मेशन को सामने रखते हुए जो आपका दिल कहता है उसको कीजिए. बिफोर लूजिंग एनी टाइम वंस शनीरा okay, sorry
Call me Bhabi then.
I call you Bhabi, yes, because Bhabi Akram of course is the love of everyone. He's love of people's wonderful life, and right now I'm sure he must be at the stadium.
He is, and welcome to Sri Lanka. Welcome, thank you for coming to our country.
To our country, yes, it must be, yes. Yeah. But you know what has happened? We are not showing a very good response, Karachiites. So I'm quite upset. We have not had the stadium sold out sort of stuff. Why? This is not on. I mean,
I'm sure it will be. Don't worry about that.
It will
sure
be.
Everyone will
Okay.
get down there.
Maybe
they thought it wasn't going to happen. Maybe they're a bit in doubt.
Cricket देखिए because यहाँ all the way आपके पास मेहमान आए हैं, all the way from Sri Lanka. तो आप ज़रूर enjoy कीजिए, and we might even see some traffic jams in that area where we have the stadium. Have you been to our stadium, Shaniera?
I have, of course I have. Yes.
Is it close to Melbourne Stadium? Of course.
No.
No.
Well, it's different, but I see the atmosphere here, especially National Stadium. Last PSL was incredible. Oh, I've been all over.
Crazy,
I've been to the cricket all over the world, and I tell you, our crowd was really, it was something else. It was incredible to be a part of, and especially everyone in Karachi cheering not just for their team but for cricket.
They're very enthusiastic.
Yes,
they love cricket.
Women and men and children, everyone was there, and it was just really great to be a part of that. Yeah.
So अगर आप क्रिकेट के भी फैन हैं तो इस सूरत से भी हमारे वास्ते ये नाम वो है. You are the new hero of Pakistan. That's what people call you. You know, your husband is the first hero now, and you are the second hero because you came. It's like, you know, they say you came, you saw, you conquered. But you came, you loved, and you conquered. That's what happened. You loved the people. You owned the people. For me, that is very important.
I'm part of the people. I'm part of everyone.
Seriously,
here. I go through everything everyone else does. So I feel that. So I'm not better or worse than anyone else. I'm just a part of everybody.
Yes. तो देखें, जो हम महसूस करते हैं वो ये महसूस करती हैं. अब मैं इनके एक ट्वीट का जिक्र करती हूँ जो मेरे ख्याल तमाम लोगों की नज़रों से गुजरा होगा. The tweet which Shaniera, what made you do the tweet? You were walking nicely in the morning for your morning walk, and suddenly you see this up on the beach.
Well, I've been walking on that beach for many years now, and I feel that beach is a part of me. As an Australian, you should know, you're from Melbourne, and
yes.
We own our beaches as
yes,
people.
We should,
and we take care of them. And that day, it was just very just heartening to see. All of a sudden there was just so much medical waste, and I did what I thought anyone would do, and that was to get to as many people as I could to just warn them, don't come here, because my first instinct was, oh my gosh, people are going to step on these syringes or be hurt or harmed in any way, children especially, because hundreds of thousands of people use that beach every weekend. So I did, and I used what I could. I used my Twitter account, which I thought would get to the most amount of people. I didn't actually think it would go this viral, but I'm glad it did, because it did the necessity. So it did the necessity.
You shook everyone up.
Well, I think we were all shaken up. Yeah. We were like, this can't happen. And the response was so great and so good. It showed that everyone cared. You know, we think sometimes no one cares, but that's not true at all. We're just connected. We just need to be connected and more thinking more as one.
I agree with you.
And we've lost a lot of trust. This city has lost a lot of trust, and I think we've learnt to we've dealt with so much over the years, like especially since I've been here. There's a lot that's happened in Karachi alone, and I think it's just we've now the fog's sort of clearing, and we're starting to see the mess that's on our feet, and we're starting to talk about those issues and start to do things about those issues. It's step by step, but we're getting there because we are a community.
Yeah, we are. Actually, I think people are now very aware, and they're very conscious.
That's right. True. And everyone
to do the right thing.
That's right. And everyone who lives in Karachi loves Karachi.
Karachi is addiction.
It
God,
is.
you cannot live without this city.
That's what I say. I mean,
this is addiction.
Melbourne's one of the first or second most livable cities in the world. The first.
It has been coming first for the last 10 years.
10 years,
and
yes.
Wow, that is a simple big wow.
And then they label our city, Karachi, as one of the fourth most unlivable. But that just doesn't mean anything to me. And I mean, I know we have our issues, but it doesn't mean it's unlovable. You can't mistake that.
Lovable.
Just unlivable and unlovable, two totally different things.
Absolutely. You're also very concerned about our drinking water. So how do you describe that? Because you see, in Melbourne, you can open your tap. Pani, peene wala pani.
Exactly. What drinking water? We don't have. Karachi doesn't have drinking water.
See, now you hear आपने ये सवाल सुना ना का कौन सा पीने का पानी? कराची में तो पीने का पानी है ही नहीं. अब ये बहुत ही तकलीफ की बात है. So, how does that hit you? How do you think we can sort of really help our children, our women, our people? Karachiites get every tap should have some running water.
It should, but we don't. Karachi was built. It's not had much planning. So we're now the authorities and the government are all working together to start planning this city, and it's happened after it's sort of been developed. So, inshallah, there will be provisions to put some drinking water or running water. I actually don't know, and I'm hoping it will come up, but that topic will come up soon. But at the moment, I suppose we're focusing on the rubbish, the katra. That's the most important thing right now. Because we still do have access to drinking water. We can get water, but whether or not it's coming in through our taps, that's a different story.
It is a different story, yes. Yes.
We do pay. We all feel it. We all pay. We all do. Yeah, exactly. That's
and then some can afford that water and some cannot, because it's not easy to take out money for water when you have other things to look into, like
No,
food
and
and
it's sad
necessities.
in our
Yeah.
hospitals. I mean, I work very closely with the NICH, which
Yes.
is the National Institute of Child Health.
Child health, yeah.
It's a 500-bed paediatric hospital in
Yes.
Karachi, and
Yes.
it treats over 1 million children every year free of cost, which is just remarkable. And a lot of our problem comes from drinking water, like unsuitable drinking water. So a lot of the children in there suffering because they've drunk unsanitary water, and that's very, very sad, because that's, as adults, that's our that's our responsibility.
Shaniera, when you say you are close to a hospital, that is, of course, we all know about it, but we are also there. But you are close to it. So what got you close to that to this hospital?
I visited.
And
I visited many hospitals right throughout the country. They're all.
Was there a reason that there was a burden on your heart or something that made you visit these hospitals, or just?
No, I'm since I've come here, I've associated myself through charities and NGOs, and that's who I am. So I'm not someone who is going to sit there at long lunches, and I'm not going to sit there at every single. It's just not me. Yeah. But I will spend hours and hours at hospitals, meeting doctors, meeting nurses, meeting the heroes. I think the heroes of Pakistan.
I agree with you.
And they're the people that work effortlessly. They work, for the people that are sick in this country, and I think that they're just doing an outstanding job. And especially the NGOs in Karachi alone, we have so many, and so many charities. So I've visited many. Among them is the hospitals. So I think everyone here should, if you haven't done that, you should do that. Like every year, however often you can, is go down, visit, see what our hospitals are doing, see how you can help. We run volunteer programs at the NICH. We just did recently. We did a resuscitation and first aid course for women, which was really great. We will be doing those.
When you say first aid, what were you teaching in that? Please, can you?
Well, because we have, I found that we have, first call to response for if someone is suffering, someone has had, a child is choking, or a child has been electrocuted, or a child is sick. We can get to, if you can't get to a hospital or immediately, or you can't get online, or you can't call someone who can help you in that response, it is so important to know how to approach that child, or how to approach someone who is in distress. So I think that first port of call, that first response, can make a difference if the child survives. So I thought it was very, very important and very necessary to teach women, not just mothers, grandmothers, aunties, sisters, anyone who's in contact with a child. To know how to look after that child if that child is distressed.
Because in our community in Pakistan, we are very closely associated with our families, especially the little ones, There is a puppy, there's a khala, there's a dadi, there's a nani. So we have a very close family system. And someone or the other is always going to have a small child around her, or to look after.
Exactly, and we taught these women how to administer CPR, how to what to do if a child has swallowed something, whether it be something poisonous or whether that's something. And like I said, the first thing that you do, the first bit of response, can make a difference if the child survives or a child doesn't survive. So if you are interested in learning CPR or learning first response, first aid for your children, you can call the NICH, and it's 021 111 NICH, and that's the phone number to call if you want to donate or register for volunteer programs, or also just come down and see the hospital.
I have a question. When you say this volunteer, I think what we are lacking in schools. Now, of course, they're introducing it because
which is very important.
Very important. We do not have any volunteer programs. Even when SIUT comes over, they also encourage people, to come and volunteer. So they learn the sufferings of people. We don't have that.
If you're sitting at home or you're in the car and you're listening to this and you're asking yourself, how can I help though?
Yes.
What can I do?
What can I? Ma'am, kya kar sakte hain?
There's so much that you can do. If you have a committee or you have even a child's birthday party, or you're having your husband's birthday party, or you're out and you're engaged with a group of mums from your kid's school, or even you're just your family at home. If you're doing something, you can do a little tea, or you can do some kind of awareness for children in hospital, and think I can even if you're donating 100 rupees, 200 rupees, or even 1,000 rupees, whatever, from each person, from your local mum's tea or your school. You can ask your school to do something as a mother. You can approach the principal and say, I'd like to do something for the children of the NICH. Everyone can make a difference. Doesn't matter who you are. And I think if you're in a position, whoever you are, I think doing a little bit of volunteer work, or a little bit of something for your country is so important.
Did you feel the absence of this culture in Pakistan, and did you even?
No, I didn't actually. I feel like everyone wanted to do something. No, I feel like everyone wanted to do something, but no one sort of knew how to start. I feel like that's what people were coming to me. I want to help. I want to do something. You never got anyone not interested. Everyone wants to help. That's part of our culture. I think it's part of Pakistani culture. You just want to, but how to do it?
But you think that I personally feel what we lack as a Pakistani is because they say where there's a will, there's a way. We have to find the way. We have to make the way. So this is a golden saying which I firmly believe in. I think that's where we really don't have the will. We get emotional when we hear someone. We say, okay, we're going to do it. But then, the motivation to continue what we start, we never sort of finish it. That is where we are lacking. And Shaniera, you can help us.
Maybe that's not Pakistan. Maybe that's human nature.
It's human nature.
Maybe we've got so much going on in our lives. And
I guess so.
We're always learning. We're always trying to. There's always one thing after another. And I understand that being a human, it's hard. No one said life was easy. It's not easy.
It's not a piece of cake. Yep.
But anyone in any way, in any capacity, can help. Whether it be, saving a little kitten from, or feeding some children after school, or sending a child to school, or helping with a staff member, helping with a family member, whatever it may be. Everyone helps out here. Everyone's a little bit of a hero. They are. I mean, we live in a country that you can't put blinkers on. You just can't, and that would make you inhuman. Everyone helps out some way.
So
I truly believe that.
You believe that? I think you're a very positive person.
Stories.
I think I need to have some of you in my bag, so you're more positive.
Sweet.
So I'm going to take some of you and just sort of keep it in my bag, and I say, okay, Shaniera, this is what you are. This is what you are. So
I listen to I talk to so many people, whatever demographic. I'm always listening and talking to people, and they're always telling me what they've done and how they're helping, and I think that I've
you
heard
and
millions
George
of stories.
both. I must mention George, because
Hi,
he was
George.
over in my show seriously, and I must say that he was also very positive. George ka Pakistani was doing.
He was.
Yes, he was.
I think he's making his way up to the literacy festival at the moment, which
He
is great.
is?
He loves being involved in everything.
Yes,
Pakistanis
he's
are doing.
very fun-loving. He loves Pakistan. He went to a nice village. He sat with his villagers, milking the cows away, eating saag and roti. So have you tried sarson ka saag and roti? I'm just drifting a little bit away from
It's
the
my
subject.
favourite dish.
You're kidding me. Seriously.
Gigi. I love Zag. Zag is one
Because
of my
your husband is a
favourite.
Punjabi, and I'm sure he must be loving sarson ka saag, right?
He does. He loves all desi khana. He needs it after. I was wondering why always Pakistanis abroad always need their desi
That
khana.
desi touch,
I understand now. You just need, after 2 days, you can't. You just need. You need some desi
I
food.
cannot do without my
I know.
desi khana. I need my dal chawal.
I understand. I totally understand. And I don't eat meat anymore. I gave that up almost 3 years ago. So
Totally vegan?
yes.
Totally, okay? Yeah, that I think fair enough. It's hard, but then it's possible. If you want, like I said, where there's a will, there's a way.
That doesn't mean I didn't enjoy all desi khana, because I did. But people say, oh, it's so hard. How are you vegetarian? How are you vegan in Pakistan? We have so many different chanas and dals and all these sorts of things and sabzi dishes. It's very, very easy actually. It's probably easier to be vegetarian or
Are
vegan
you doing
here.
Pakistani khana?
Sorry?
Are you doing Pakistani khana?
I
Are you
try,
making
I
it?
try.
Really?
I don't
Tell me,
believe
what
I'm
have
as
you made?
good.
Have you made a biryani as yet?
I have.
Fantastic.
I made a biryani the
And
other
was
day,
that a
actually.
chicken biryani or a meat biryani?
I made
or
a fish biryani, actually.
Fish biryani.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
A Karachi fish
biryani. Okay, that must be good. And did your I must say Wasim bhai enjoy the biryani? Because definitely it has got a different touch to it.
I think what Pakistani doesn't like a biryani though? Come on. I think everyone, even if you don't...
They could have it for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner.
It's a staple. I think it's something that every Pakistani really loves, celebrates, and is so proud of their biryani.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you also have fallen in love with it, right?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite Pakistani dish right now? If I were to ask you, Shaniera, what could I serve you?
This might sound so, just not so exciting, but I just love a good dal chawal with a bit of saag. That's me. So that's my staple. That's my go-to. That's just great. And you get so many different versions. So many different ways in people are doing it. So it never tastes the same all the time, which is, I love it. That's what I crave.
After 5 years, where would you like to see the women of Pakistan, the kids of Pakistan, your dream for Pakistan? Because we all have a dream for our country, and you are a Pakistani really at heart. I must say you have taken Pakistan very well. Shaniera, it's a pleasure and an honor to have a lady like you. And I think Wasim Akram has made what a beautiful choice. He has given us
so
a lovely
sweet.
bhabi.
Thank you.
A lovely bhabi, a lovely lady who is actually beating for Pakistan. Her heart is beating for Pakistan.
It's my home, so I
So
think
it is so beautiful to have you. So we have a new hero, really. I'm very proud of you.
Sweet.
So if 5 years down the line, I'm not giving you a very long time, just 5 years down the line, where would you like to see the women of Pakistan, the kids of Pakistan, and the youth of Pakistan? Where would you like to see them?
Well, so much has happened over the last, say, 5 years here, and we can feel it. We can
feel the change?
it. Oh, yeah, it's
like a revolution.
I feel it like a social or cultural revolution, and we can still adhere to our cultural values. We just don't have to live in the 1900s anymore, like 20th century.
No, we cannot.
And exactly,
Absolutely
and we can still
not.
have our culture, and we say it's our culture, but I think we just need to modernise that a little bit and understand what that actually means to all of us. And being in this social revolution is such an amazing time to be living in Pakistan and to see things change in front of us. Like I said, I think technology has played a huge role, and I think social media is definitely working for us. We're listening to each other. We're talking more about subjects that we didn't used to talk about. We're more connected with each other, and we're boosting each other. We're holding each other up, and we're not tearing each other down, like I said before. I think that's really, really important. It's not just about artists anymore. It's about, the heroes of all different genres. And like I said before, there's doctor hero, there's people on the radio, there's a hero, local hero, policewoman. There's so many different heroes, and we're hearing their stories now. It doesn't mean you have to be, a person in media to have the respect of so many people.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
not. It's
yes.
a time and generation of being good, doing good, and just being the best version of yourself. Don't wait for someone to tell you that. Just listen to your heart and go out there and be that person.
You're sounding as if this is out of the book story, seriously. Because there's a lot of pain around. We see a lot of pain around, and with your positivity, I do see a change, If you keep on telling people, and, Wasim Akram also takes part, and he's also running a foundation, which is, you are the CEO of that. So how does that feel?
No, well, we set up the foundation. I'd been doing a lot of work with charity, and people encouraged us to set up the Akram Foundation, but that was when Isla was born. So as every mother out there knows, it is that give yourself that year when your baby is born, whether it's your first, your third, your fifth. That year is so important, and we go through a bit of an identity crisis as a woman, because we're thinking we're feeding and looking after this little new human, yet we forget about ourselves, and we try to hurry to catch up with everyone else, when you should just take it easy for that year. That year is about you and that baby. So I that was happening that year, and it was very, very hard to do both. After about a year and a half, we started working with other organisations. So with the NICH, especially with Muslim Hands, which is doing great work in Pakistan. So other NGOs and charities where we can shed light on existing charities, and that's where I found was our biggest strength. So directing people for donations, giving people, opening up places that people didn't know about, and highlight, exactly.
Yes, they really are. They can give their life out, when there's a cause. Seriously, but I don't know whether the consistency factor is there or not. That again, I say, we all humans, like we said, all humans seem to sort of, drift away from the.
There are existing organisations that without even have any means to promote, and they are doing there's so many people doing such good things in this country, and now it's about highlighting those people, those heroes, those organisations, and that's what the Akram Foundation was about and is about. Discovering the local heroes of this country.
You are okay. So they could be from any field, Shaniera?
No, so a lot of people I know had never even seen or known or been into the NICH. Like I said, a 500-bed children's hospital that looks after so many children a year, over 1 million. It saves their lives. And this is in our cities, in Karachi, and not many people I even knew had even been there.
Yes,
so I
agree with you.
And it's a very strong committee of women that I've put together, working effortlessly to bring people down, see the hospital, open the hospital up, show what good it's doing, show how they can help. Because everyone thinks, how can I help? How can I help this? I don't know this hospital. There is an NICH trust. You can donate directly to the trust. Every cent goes towards the children. We just opened an 18-bed ICU, which is world class. It's fantastic, all because of the donations that are coming. 18 bed. So it saves lives every single day, and these are our babies. These are our children that we should be looking after anyway. We should be giving clean drinking water. We should be preventing disease, and these are the children that are suffering. So it is our responsibility. It's happening in our backyard. So like I said, give us a call. Go on Google NICH if you haven't, and book a time and come down and have a look at the hospital. We'd love to have you.
You must go. I think बहुत ज़रूरी है.
We need the help. We need the donations. We are in desperate need for donations. And every cent, like I said, is going to saving a child's life. Yeah, it's a call to action.
It is really is a call to action. I think we'll do some more programs on that. Well, there are people who are wishing you the thing, wish the Bhabi.
Hi.
And one of my
Ahmer,
walaikum assalam. Good morning, Naila Khan, Meri Jaan, walaikum assalam, and she has welcomed you on the airwaves of 105. यहाँ पे रहमान है, वालेकुम अस्सलाम मोहतरम, आपको ये वेलकम करते हैं.
Thank you very much.
ताबिंदा आपको वेलकम करती हैं. राज साहब कहते हैं, he's asked you a question. He says, has Wasim Akram taught you some cricket? Good one.
He's actually teaching my daughter at the moment. They do a lot of ball catching and throwing, and so she loves that, and he loves teaching her as well.
And about your sons, do they also play cricket, or they are not into cricket? They're not like the dad.
They do. They're very interested in their father and what their father's done. They respect what their father has done. But cricket, I mean, here is very competitive.
It is.
So you really got to have it. You really got to love it. My sons are very strong in other areas. My eldest son plays rugby, so he's very good at it.
It's very American, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
My second son was very, very good at volleyball and badminton. But also I think studies are very important for children.
That's fair enough, because it doesn't mean what dad is doing. Children have to do.
Some are studious children, some are very active. I mean, in Australia we focus on both. Both are just as important. So whether or not you're playing sport, doing art, music, it's just as important as math, science, and English and Urdu. So
you have to leave. So
I know, I'm so sorry to everyone.
No
I have my mum duty today, so I have to take my daughter to soccer.
But Shaniera, this time hasn't been really enough for me, because I needed to ask you so many questions. But
How about if I come back?
Yes.
Would that be
yes,
okay?
That would be okay.
So in the
yeah.
meanwhile, everyone, stay connected to all your mothers groups. That for me, I found so important. There's so many amazing mums, and you're raising your children at the same time, whether you're a working mum or a stay-at-home mum. Those women, we're all going through the same thing. So hold on to each other, look after each other, and support each other, because I find that's really, really important. You're not alone. So
there's someone there for you.
Yeah. Whether it's like a mother's face group, or you're actually meeting for a chai, or you're at school, talk to other mums, appreciate it, tell them if you're going through something. Usually a mother will understand another mother. Use each other, connect, make a little strong little mother army,
Wow, that really sounds, and there shouldn't be any jealousy in between you.
Absolutely
there
not. There
has
is
to be
life
love
is too short for jealousy.
Yes.
If you get jealous, give that the flick straight away.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. Whatever bone that is in your body, just
Burn it,
forget it,
just
because
get rid of
life
it,
is
yeah.
just too short for that. And once you start seeing through eyes where you appreciate other women, it's a beautiful world to live in.
Shaniera, once again, thank you so much. We haven't
thank
had
you
enough
so
of you,
much.
but I'm taking some of you in my bag, and I'm
we'll
going to hold
and-
on to it every time I need some
Thank you.
motivation. Okay, Shaniera, here you are.
Well,
Here we go.
Shireen, I hope you get lots of messages and some feedback, and if you get
Already.
enough, I'll come back.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks.
So we love you, and thank you once
shukriya.
again. Have a
Love
lovely
you
day,
all.
and we wish you all the best for the tomorrow's match.
Yes, yeah. Go
Right?
Pakistan Zindabad.
So Pakistan Zindabad. तो हम आपके वास्ते भी एक ट्रैक लगाते हैं, आपके लिए भी लगाते हैं, फिर मैं आपसे मिलती हूँ थोड़ी देर में। शनीरा को मैं खुदा हाफिज़ कह दूँ। सो एंजॉय कीजिए, ज़माने के अंदाज बदले गए।